I'm Diana McCollum.
And I'm Andrew Ivamy.
This is episode 15 of Fan vs. Fan for The Flash.
The strong odor of bleach and the presence of a postmortem ligature mark all suggest the decedent's manner of death is...
homicide.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can. I want to know who killed Clyde Martin. He was shot by a cop a little over 6 months ago. And I want his name.
That's privileged information. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Shame.
Please.
Cop's name. Now.
I perform hundreds of autopsies a year.
Perhaps this will jog your memory.
On tonight's episode of The Flash, we see Weather Wizard seeking revenge for his brother, tracking down, attacking, and then kidnapping Joe. We have Iris getting in the way of relationships and maybe doing her job, but probably not. And then we see Dr. Wells finally revealing the real deal, killing Cisco, and then the whole episode becomes meaningless because time travel. So let's talk pros of tonight's episode. Diana, what did you like?
I liked that they revealed things. I liked what they revealed. And I liked how they revealed it. 3 things. What's your one thing?
Okay, all about things.
No, I loved finding out that Harrison Wells is Reverse Flash.
Right.
But, we knew he was, but, which one he is. So it was Eobard Thawne. That whole scene with Cisco was amazing. Cisco brought it. He was crying.
Fantastic. Yeah, Cisco was going to be one of my pros. That was a fantastic performance in that moment.
Fantastic performance, but I really like that apparently this episode's going to reset everything that happened in it. But we as the audience get all these answers, but the answers get taken away from the characters. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, you like that?
I think it's a great way to reveal this stuff.
Well, I really like that it was all revealed. I think for pros for me, it was definitely that moment with Cisco. And the fact that we finally got what we've been waiting for. We got the time travel. That's a huge reveal. We got Dr. Wells finally walking, being evil, revealing himself. Some fantastic moments with Cisco. And one big pro for me in this episode as well was just the whole D plot line of the captain and his fiance, and kudos to the actor playing fiance because that was a phenomenal moment in a hospital hallway. Beautiful. My heart felt for them. It was fantastic.
Yeah, considering we'd only ever even heard that he had a boyfriend once before, and then he jumped to fiance. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then he got crippled and maybe brain hurt, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, but you're killing it, guy playing the fiance.
I was immediately worried the second that he said fiance, and it was like, oh, it was boyfriend last time. Oh, things are not going to go well for you, Captain.
They're going to be worse than getting your coffee spilled on you.
Oh, no.
But now we're going to, wipe that slate clean. Because obviously Barry's stuck a day before. So he's going to save the Captain. I'm a little worried he won't save Cisco, though, because he doesn't know that Wells is going to kill Cisco.
But
he
inadvertently
knows to
that
save
might
the
change.
Captain.
Inadvertently that might change.
Yeah. So we liked this episode a lot, but what were your cons?
Cons for me was the fact that we got the time travel introduction right at the end of the episode, which I think is a bad time to introduce that. I enjoyed how they introduced it. I enjoyed Barry running too fast, the running against himself. I thought that was all brilliant, but it created for a bad pacing episode because everything about this episode was about Weather Wizard. It was oh my God, Weather Wizard. What's going on with Linda? What's going on with Iris? And then by revealing this all at the end of the episode, it's kind of saying that we're going to rewrite that. I am not that excited to see rewriting of that mediocre plotline in the next episode. I am excited that time travel is a component of the show, but I feel like introducing it at the end of the episode really devalued everything that we had seen prior and made it even less interesting than it was originally, and then also doesn't make me excited to relive it again in the next episode because it wasn't that compelling to begin with.
I actually kind of completely disagree because I don't feel like it was a cheat because they introduced it early in the episode when he saw himself. So you're like, okay, time travel is happening.
There was a bit of foreshadowing and tease there, yeah.
But I also I trust the show enough to think that the next episode is going to start with Barry just catching Weather Wizard really quick, and then you get an entirely new story. Because in that Flash Arrow crossover episode, they caught the villain off stage. They don't care about their villains that much when they're villain of the week. So I feel like he might go back, just catch him real quick, and then we have an entirely new story.
That could be a fun way to begin the next episode, but I still don't think it helps in the fact that this episode was devalued by its pacing and by its biggest components just being an Act 3 shutdown to be a cliffhanger for next week's. It felt like a season finale to me, which I feel hurts the episode that we just watched. I feel like there was at least 30 minutes of that I didn't need.
I literally can't disagree more, because if you introduce the time travel at the beginning of the episode, then you don't care about the episode as you watch it.
Right.
But we cared about the episode as we watched it. We were worried about Joe. We were worried about
But
Cisco.
it's not
we're
an
like,
Act
oh my
3.
God, Harrison
But
stood up.
it's not a third act. Like, I would have even preferred it if that was the beginning of next week's episode, and then they wrote off this week's episode.
I really liked it. I liked it because it was laid in there. It didn't come out of nowhere. They gave clues. It made us care about the whole episode, even though it's not going to count. I think it was good.
I think you're out of your mind. I don't get your take on that, but that's my con. But what did you not like about this episode?
All right, you're gonna yell at me because I don't like one thing about everything getting wiped out. I like that Cisco's gonna be alive. I like that the captain's gonna be fine. I don't like that now Iris won't know he's the Flash, because the only thing I've wanted from Iris is for her to find out, because she can't participate if she doesn't know he's the Flash. So if they just immediately wipe out that she just found out...
But we want her to not participate.
No, her character might be better if she finds out.
It won't be. Write it off. It's done.
She's
it's
gonna
finished.
be here.
We have Linda now.
We don't. She's sabotaging Linda so hard.
But we don't have Linda because of that terrible plot line with Iris. If we rewrite that never happening, then maybe it's an episode where instead of the captain being paralyzed, it's Iris, and we never hear from her again.
Well, you are an optimist. No, Iris is sticking around. We just have to accept that. But I think she could actually be useful and interesting if she knows, because she can't interact with everyone at Star Labs, which is where a lot of the fun of the episodes happen. She can't help solve things. She's just there interacting with all the men in the show because she's connected to all of them. But like, she has to find out the secret for her to work as a character.
Her finding out and getting more involved means pushing Linda out. And if I got to choose one, I'm choosing Linda every time. It's a much more fleshed out character with a lot more value.
I do like Linda. I wanted to stick around. She worked immediately, which I
like
don't know why they couldn't get Iris to work immediately.
Pre-time travel, with that ending that was there, do you think we would ever see Linda again with that ending?
No, we wouldn't.
Exactly. Let's rewrite it. Get Iris out of there. Linda.
But it's not... it's only being rewritten that she doesn't know. Barry still remembers them both saying they love each other. He's going to follow up on that.
Yeah,
He's going to follow up on that.
Maybe? I hope not. Easter eggs!
We had a couple really big ones this week. Yeah. So the first one that we're going to go over is Weather Wizard. So he's not an Easter egg, he's just a villain. The Easter egg is what they used to stop him. Cisco builds the Weather Wand. And actually in comic book universe, Weather Wizard doesn't have metahuman powers. He uses a physical wand. So the Weather Wand is definitely a callback to the comic book version. Although it doesn't look like a sonic screwdriver merged with a lightsaber in the comic books. It's just a wand. So our other really big reveal this week was that Harrison Wells revealed that he is definitely Eobard Thawne. So, in the comic book universe, there are 2 Reverse Flashes. Eobard Thawne is the original one first introduced with Barry Allen. So he's from far into the future. I forget which century, many centuries away.
Okay.
They have a couple origins in how he gets his powers. In one version, which I think they're kind of doing here, he finds a Flash costume in a time capsule and figures out how to get super speed from it. And
as one does.
As one does. You know, just ions, super speed. But it seems like he really needs his suit to use his powers, so I kind of think it might be slightly connected. I don't know if time capsule's going to happen, but
right.
But that Reverse Flash version actually kills Iris West in the comic books.
Oh, okay.
And he kills her in kind of the same way he just killed Cisco. He does the vibrating hand thing, except he does it into her brain, not her chest.
So what do we think about this suit business? So what's going on then? So if we have 2 Reverse Flashes in the comic books, one found a suit, one with inherent abilities.
No, neither of them have inherent. Neither of the Reverse Flashes have inherent abilities.
So one is the time capsule suit.
One is the time capsule suit. He seems to figure out how to get Speed Force powers eventually, Eobard, but the other one is a detective named Hunter Zolomon, which actually connects to this episode. I think kind of might be happening. So he's a detective who got paralyzed, and then he tried to use the cosmic treadmill to go back in time and get himself unparalyzed, and it made him evil.
So that might be the captain, perhaps. And okay.
When they said the captain was going to be in a wheelchair and had like things that happened to his brain, I couldn't help but think, maybe he could be second Reverse Flash.
Okay, so we might be doubling down on Reverse Flashes, but at the same time, Wells also seems to be a little bit of combination of both as well.
Yeah, but you can never have too many Reverse Flashes.
Yeah.
This has been episode 15 of Fan vs. Fan. If you want to follow along with us, you can follow us on Twitter at DorkShelf. Should be somewhere around here.
And you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel right here, which is definitely going to be what you want to do, as well as tweet along with us next week with the hashtag #FanVersusFan.
We'll see you next week. I'm Diana McCullough.
And I'm Andrew Iverman.
And definitely follow on Twitter.
Oh, subscribe to things.
My button's better. I don't know. Maybe it's here. My button's up there now.
Kicked him out.